Welcome to Success Talks with Rodney Saulsberry. I hope you will support my sponsors who bring you this podcast absolutely free and with limited interruptions. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I'll get started in just a second.
The reviews are in. The book from voiceover superstar and coach Rodney Saulsberry is another runaway hit. Readers from all over the world are raving about tongue twisters and vocal warm-ups. You can find this and his other titles at the top of the voiceover bestsellers list on Amazon.
The College Football Transfer Portal. What is the College Football Transfer Portal? The Transfer Portal is the system that allows college football players to change schools. Now, college football players have been after this for a long time. It's something that they couldn't do in the past. It is a database that lists all players who intend to transfer. That's really important. If you're not doing well at a school, if the coach has made promises to you to get you there, but now that you're there, they're not playing you, you can enter the Transfer Portal. And this lets the other schools know that they can reach out to those players who are in the transfer portal. It is the medium by which college football players transfer from one school to another.
Hello everyone, this is Sean Daly for dailyvo.com. I want to tell you about one resource I highly recommend for vocal warm-ups because it takes out all of the guesswork and it was purpose-built with voiceover in mind. It's called Rodney Saulsberry's Tongue Twisters and Vocal Warm-Ups with Other Vocal Care Tips. How's that for a title? So in case you don't know, Rodney Saulsberry is a top-tier talented coach, motivational speaker, and author of several books on voice acting, including You Can Bank on Your Voice and Step Up to the Mic. The book is available in print and on Kindle, and you can find it at Amazon or Rodney's personal website, rodneysaulsberry.com.
Now, you might wonder, how many times can a college football player transfer? Undergraduate students can transfer one time to any school with no strings attached. Graduate students can transfer with no strings attached as well. The NCAA rules on transferring and eligibility, it changed in 2021. I'll say it again. The NCAA rules on transferring and eligibility changed in 2021. Graduate students previously were allowed to transfer and play immediately. However, undergraduate students who transferred used to have to sit out for 1 year before they could play for their new school. That is no longer the case. Isn't that exciting? Now, a college student, graduate or undergrad, can transfer and play immediately. Now, when did this great thing start? When did this transfer portal become available to college football players? The transfer portal was created in 2018. Its goal is to provide a centralized place for schools to monitor transfer students. And what it did, folks, is it created a single system for players to give notice that they intend to transfer, and for schools to be able to reach out to those players.
And we'll be back after this message.
Baby, come give me something.
You Can Bank on Your Voice, 2nd edition. Get your copy at Amazon.com. Get the audiobook on Audible.com. You Can Bank on Your Voice, 2nd edition. Get your copy today.
So this might make you wonder, what were the old transfer rules? Well, prior to 2021, college football players had to sit out for 1 year if they transferred schools. Graduate students were exempt from this rule. Graduate students were allowed to transfer schools and play immediately. But in 2021, the NCAA changed the transfer rules to expand this exception to undergraduate students. Undergrads can now transfer once and be eligible to play immediately, too. Prior to 2021, if an undergraduate player transferred schools, they had to sit out for a year or request a waiver. A waiver allowed a college football player to be immediately eligible if they met certain criteria that were arbitrarily enforced. The NCAA did not apply waivers in a consistent manner. Given the new rule change to allow one transfer with immediate eligibility, that problem has largely been solved. The change in transfer rules came around the same time as the change to name, image, and likeness rules in college football. Now, do you remember name, image, and likeness? I actually did a podcast on that late last year. NIL, name, image, and likeness. This is also a new rule in college football that allows a collegiate player, to make money off of his or her name. NIL, name, image, and likeness. These are the new rules in college football. Graylin Brown, the new novel by Rodney Saulsberry. It's the heartwarming story about a family in Detroit. The Motown sound was alive and well. The Philly soul sound was alive and well. And the big three automakers were making wonderful cars every day. Graylin Brown, the novel. Get your copy at Amazon.com or wherever books are sold. At the end of the day, it's a good thing young college football players can take their careers into their own hands, take their college careers into their own hands. And what do I mean by that? If you are playing for a team and you are not happy, you have the opportunity now to get into the transfer portal and be eligible to be picked up by another college so that you can reach your goals in college football and maybe one day become a pro. In review, now we have a system where college football players can transfer from one school to another and play immediately. And we here at Success Talks are proud to bring you important information that can help you today, tomorrow, and forevermore. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I urge you to listen to future podcasts where I will continue to try and make you better than before. My goal is to point you in a positive direction to success, right here on Success Talks with me, Rodney Saulsberry.